as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal.
Alrighty, first things first. It looks like Marvel's Spider-Man 2 actually does follow up after the events of the first game. I mean, it's Peter's like teamed with Miles. Who said it is a prequel? Yeah, like its predecessor, Spider-Man 2 was an open world game, but with a good amount of new elements and, well, adding Venom to the mix. Check this out. The game's a PlayStation 5 exclusive and coming out early to mid 2023.
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
Gotham Knights is currently scheduled to release next year via the consoles, both generation of course, in addition to PCs, apparently in just no more than a few months from now, according to a few leaks. Gotham Knights will be an open world action RPG, and we know it will feature a far more expanded and more interactive version of Gotham City, like out of any Marvel game, with the campaign to go through solo or even co-op. Check this out.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands?
I think when God of War Ragnarok came our way with the gameplay showcase this E3, it for once gave us a really good idea of what to expect from what is to come, but at the same time with it, so many questions. But what's important is we're all gonna find out about these sooner or later, is that God of War Ragnarok is not a PlayStation 5 exclusive, it's also coming to the PlayStation 4, and we are now looking at a March to April release date, so just keep it in mind for
The
now.
only way.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No! You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person? In moments of crisis, panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
Tyr!
Are you coming with us?
But going back to Insomniac games in the Marvel's universe, Marvel's Wolverine was revealed to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and not one more detail, so we could have a better idea of what they're even cooking. I think this game is gonna work just like the Spider-Man's, to be honest. An open world action RPG, but who are we kidding? Hell, this game could actually go up to 2024. For all I know. So with that said, well, let's just get back to this one. We have something even worth mentioning. Gungrave Gore is on its way to both generation of Xbox consoles and the PlayStation consoles, not to mention PCs, not Nintendo Switch. So when was the last time you actually had fun watching a cinematic? With Dead Island 2, or was it 2014? Because if you do like hack and slash, this is possibly the most action you're gonna get out of a game in just a few months. Just take a look.
そのエリアを占領して。
Old Detroit. Crime has escalated to new heights. Authorities are overwhelmed.
Although this isn't really news per se, but Terminator developers go by Teon have been working on another franchise, which isn't new, but at the same time, a very surprising game that stars another machine from, we all know RoboCop. Who am I even kidding? Rogue City that's touted as an all-new adventure about an augmented cop and, you know, well, how it might actually work and stuff. Anyway, check it out. This game is coming out early 2023 and into PCs and consoles except the Nintendo Switch. Y'all knew Suicide Squad has been in the pipeline, sort of in development since 11 years ago? I think considering that alone makes this game one of the biggest upcoming at this point. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is actually an open world game, action RPG, with a campaign of course, and 4-player co-op multiplayer. Now check this out. This Justice League is coming out in first half of 2022.
Well, that should knock a few years off the old sentence.
That's reminded me of something. Oh yeah! Waller's stupid alpha target. Who are we supposed to be killing again?
Oh, look, it's Superman! The mighty Superman has just rescued that pilot!
What a show-off. Beat it, Spandex! We're on a top-secret assassination mission here!
Project 007, on the other hand, by Hitman Games developers IO Interactive, that was announced, I don't know, 2 years ago, could be a third-person action game as well, just like Hitman, kind of a semi-open world. We do actually know that this has nothing to do with any James Bond movies or actors, which is a relief, and the fact that this game's in its early stages of development, but just in case you've missed. With not just one, but 4 heroes .mu is bringing another good old retro style beat 'em up game next year and into the Nintendo Switch, well, other consoles too, of course, and also PCs. That's right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge from all the way back 3 decades ago is on its way back and into the gaming scene, and it is packed relevant. Marvel's Midnight Suns, however, has been delayed until the second half of 2022. Folks announced just a few seconds ago and said the did you know this is a card drug? Anyway, turn-based RPG game now releases next year, possibly June to July sometime. And when it does, it'll be on the Nintendo Switch, consoles, PCs, and also both generation, of course. And yes, you can play this game online multiplayer. Otherwise, the thing with the card base will be just, yeah, check this out. Well, last but not least, Children's Untold Legends is an asymmetric action RPG drawing new inspiration from games like Diablo, but a bit of more of a hack and slasher with co-op functionality and crafting options to build basically quite a bit of boss fights in there, so call it a Souls-like for what it's worth. The game will release in just a few months from now.
A vow with Achilles. Welcome to my forge. Become a warrior who will defy gods. Become a legend.